Hello everybody, welcome to Tech Tablet. As you all know, my name is Abhidhamisa and I have been your instructor throughout this course and I will be your instructor throughout this course. Okay, so yeah, that's about me. I think if all those who have been watching the series from the beginning, you know me, and but those who have not been watching, who has just landed on this video. So, for you, just a quick introduction. I'm a data scientist with a few years of experience, and I have been working on different projects on data science as well as I have been providing training on different data science, concepts as well as different tools like Python, R, and also Tableau. So yeah, that's about myself. And let's just quickly jump into the agenda of today's session. So agenda of today's session is pretty simple. I'll show you how to create filters and quick filters. Now, I will show you how to create them, but later on we'll use these in certain project so that you understand where can these be used. For now, I'll just show you how you create it, okay? Just for the sake of knowing what are these filters and how can you actually use them, right? And that is the simple agenda. So first, what will we do is we'll create an area chart, okay? And in that area chart, we'll try to explore what all can you do. You can also highlight, you can color, all that. We'll try to beautify our area chart. And after that, that's when we'll come to filters. Okay, so yep, that's what you will be doing. But just to help you understand what these filters are, as you all know, of course, this is a very important part of analyzing your data. You cannot just have a look at everything, right? You will need to filter out the data that you require. So that's when filter comes into picture. So I'll also tell you what are the several ways to probably filter data in our view, and it we can also describe how can we display interactive filters in our view. We can also do this during dashboards when we are creating dashboards. That's also what I'll tell you about. Tableau, what it does is it performs actions on our view or visualizations in a very specific order. This is called as order of operations, right? Now, these order of operations, filters is one of them. So filters are executed in a different order. So first is extracting the filter, then the data source filter, context filter, filters on dimensions, then you have filters on measures. Now when you're talking about filters on dimensions, you'll know whether the filters shelf or in filter cards is in the view. And if you're talking about measures, whether on the filters shelf or in filter cards in the view. That is what it depends. Something that you have to know is when you drag a discrete dimension to the filter shelf, there is a filter shelf I'll show you that's there on Tableau. You'll understand when you have a look at that. When you drag a discrete dimension to the filter shelf, the filter dialog box offers four tabs over there: general, wildcard, condition, and top. So the settings on each of these tabs are additive starting with general. So what you set on each tab will affect the filter results on each tab to the right. Okay. So how do you do that? I'll tell you about everything else as well. Okay. So I think that should be enough for now. A good introduction to what are filters. We can directly jump into Tableau and let's create some filters. Before that, like I told you, I'll show you how do you what do I say? So how do you create these area charts, right? So going there, I'll just use one of my data sets that is long-term unemployment. Okay, so the sheet is already here. Let's just go to our sheet and start working on it. And when I'm doing that, I'll just select the period in which the people were unemployed. Like I told you, the very important thing here is I want to take this through the months in on a continuous levels. Okay, now this is aggregated and I want it to be aggregated. I don't want to disaggregate it and but I want this to be in average. That would give me a better idea, much better than the what do you say, sum. So I don't like to leave sheets like that, so you can always name them. Okay, area chart for unemployment, right? So just name it anything that you like. I don't like to leave it empty, so that is the reason I do it this way. So this is my line chart that I have created using this data. Okay, but what I can do is I can actually convert it into a different data. But before that, I'll show you what all can I use here. I can use different shapes. Okay, so instead of a line, I've converted into a scatter. How did I do that? I just click on shape and then it became scattered. Now I want different things. I can do different things with this. I can just add colors and you can see this is something that happened. Okay, now I want age maybe, and I'll add it to shape, right? So these are the different things that you're seeing. Now I can highlight them also. If you see, when I click on this here, what do you call this? You call these legends. Okay, so when you click it here, that's where you see these are, the highlight. That's how you highlight. So one thing that I like to do here is I like to remove age from this shape. I'll put gender in this shape or age to shape and gender to color, right? So that gives a different chart. Now clicking on each of them, that's how I can actually highlight them, right? That's how I'm highlighting them. That's how you highlight them. Now you see what are the different things that you can do using this. Another thing that I can do here is I can create an area chart. Okay, so this is how my area chart looks like, and this looks pretty impressive. I want to check age. I would just put it into colors. Now this gives me a much better area chart, of course. So what am I able to see here is these are the age of people, okay, each person. So look at this. So people from 25 to 34 years of age were employed during this period of time. So this is how it went. So in the beginning they were low, but they saw an increase in 2010 in the month of April. So at this time the people were unemployed, right? So here I have not mentioned any gender. You can also add gender to the probably colors. So they'll show you different colors to that. Or if you want to mention the label, you can mention that as well, right? It completely depends on you. Now I have removed the highlight and this is how you will read this. You can use several other charts also. Suppose if you want to see how does a tree chart look like, right? So this looks really artistic, right? Of course. But then can you derive any important information from this? That is the important question. So I would say not. I cannot derive any important information. I have line chart. Yes, I can derive some important information from this. This is for continuous, this is for categorical. You have these scatter, bar, histograms. You also have this bubble chart. And again, this is also very, very artistic, but then of no use, isn't it? Can you understand anything looking at it? So that is also not very useful to us. What we'll do now is we'll go back to our area chart that we created. Control 3 takes you back to whatever chart you want to go back to, right? So this is how my area chart looks and I'll try to decorate it. Okay, so these are the labels that I have here. Now I also want to add gender somewhere. I'll put it into filters. I want to give a filter to them, right? Suppose I want to use only, uh, I'll take both for now and I'll apply that. Okay, so this is applied. Now what I can do, I can create a quick filter here. Okay, I'll create on gender, and here you can see this is a quick filter. When I click on measures, or not measures, I'm sorry, I just click on show filter and this is my quick filter that I can see. Now I don't want to see all data. Okay, I just want to see men's data. Now this is only about men. Men at this time were unemployed of this age, right? Then you have, I'll remove men and I'll add only women, right? So that is how you create a filter. Okay, now you can also, so suppose I am creating another sheet. Okay, so I can actually say apply to all using this data source, all or using related data sources, or using this data source. Related data source as in if we have created blends, joins, so those data sources will be related. But here we don't have anything like that, so using this data source, all the worksheets using this data source, I want this filter to be applied. Now going here, I want to create another chart. I'll just take unemployed based on gender. No, gender is already in the filter. So I'll just take based on age, right? So here also you can see that this filter is already taken. I did not add filter again over here, but this is already taken because what did I do here? I mentioned that I want this filter to be there for all the sheets that I create here. Now let's try to make this sheet also good looking, right? Then what I want to do is I want to show filter here. To make your chart look bigger, you can do this. Okay, so then you can just, so this is only for women, this is for men, and this is for everyone, right? But if I want to see only women's data, so this is what you can do. I want chart to look a bit bigger because I'm not able to see the labels. Okay, 16 to 19 years, 0 to 24 years, 25 to 30 years, this is how it goes. All right, and then filtered all. Now you have seen how do we create a filter, what is the importance of filter, and how to create a quick filter. So this is also a very important thing when you are creating several charts, right? So that's what I wanted you to know. So keep practicing, and you'll understand how to use this for different charts. All the very best. See you in the next video. Happy learning.